fast lane versus net neutrality.
Okay, so the FCC is looking to change laws or regulations to allow for certain ISPs to charge a premium rate for a higher internet speed. So companies like Facebook or YouTube or whatever would be able to have a better internet experience than other people that can't afford to throw in the extra money. Right now, they've always gone with the idea of net neutrality, that it doesn't matter how big or small you are, you can enjoy the same internet speed. So now, if they break this down, you might, like if you're paying for high-speed internet, you might find that some of your websites seem to pop up, while others seem to be draggy and slow, and make you feel like I don't really want to be there anymore, which to me doesn't seem fair, and it doesn't make the internet seem like a fun place to be, because nobody likes websites that don't pop up properly.
I thought you were going to say no one likes websites.
Oh, no, just those crazy wacky ones. But anyway, like, so they're saying that this is supposed to be better for business. Now, we already had a situation where Comcast kind of held Netflix for ransom for extra money, and but Netflix promised that this wasn't going to end up costing more money. Now, strangely, they're going to be upping their fees, though, of course, for anybody that's new subscribers to Netflix, and they're saying that it's because it's of their own programming that they're coming up with, like Orange is the New Black and that sort of thing. So obviously, being that they originally came up with these programs saying that it was going to make things more viable and cheaper for Netflix, and now they're going to come out and say that, oh yeah, we're paying for that. Like, obviously I don't think that's the case. They're just looking to recoup what they're losing to Comcast and what they might be paying to other internet service providers. So how do you feel about the double-tiered standards there that internet service providers are going to be charging people to link up to a faster internet service?
I think
they should keep everything even.
Yeah. Except for like terrible websites.
Because ultimately it's going to mean we're going to be paying more for certain things.
Yeah.
It seems like Netflix. Whoa, money people. Warner Brothers has made casting announcements for Batman vs. Superman.
That's right, so Warner Brothers announced that theater actor Ray Fisher will be playing Cyborg in Man of Steel 2. This is obviously a character I really wanted, and this brings us more closer to the fact that it seems like Justice League movie is closer and closer, because it is basically speculated to be coming in 2017. Nothing is set in stone, though. But they do want a Justice League movie in 2017, Warner Bros. And DC. And Cyborg being part of the new 52 Justice League kind of relates more that that's what's coming, like a new 52 Justice League movie. You also see this, and also rumors are that it won't be any significant role until the post-credits scene, kind of like how Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch were in Captain America 2. It's just going to be foreshadowing for Justice League.
So that would be in the Batman vs Superman movie?
Yeah, it would be in Batman vs Superman, and it's like foreshadowing, like post-crediting a scene that would lead into Justice League. But there's also the Wonder Woman scene, which doesn't exactly lean up with that, because the Wonder Woman scene is reportedly a post-credit scene, and they want to do it on Wonder Woman's home planet, and that's why it got delayed, because they need to have the budget to do that, which they don't have. So there could be like two post-credit scenes, like one on Wonder Woman's planet, or and like one assembling the rest of the Justice League, or it could just be, or they could be like 50 end credit scenes and each member of the Justice League, or it could just be like they're all kind of scattered within the movie.
Sure. You think that they might just introduce some of those in other movies that are coming out?
Well, I think that Cyborg is going to be in The Flash, because The Flash has Star Labs in it, and Star Labs is going to play a big part in the Flash TV show. And Star Labs created Cyborg, so if they have Cyborg originate from the Flash show and then come into the movies, then he doesn't even have to have a post-credit scene. He can just be there as a pre-existing character in the universe, just meeting like Bruce and Cal.
That's exciting.
Yes. Star Trek Holodeck is real!
Okay, so it's not exactly real, and it's not exactly the same way as the Star Trek Holodeck, because you're not going to be able to feel things and throw them around and that sort of thing. But at the IGN is reporting that at the Tribeca Film Festival that we're showing some showcases on virtual reality, including one where there was a room where you have a small room and it's projected. You got projections on all the four walls, and you're able to move around and kind of interact a little bit with the environment. Some of the other cool things that they were doing there were showing things like immersion journalism, where it would put you right in an actual news story. Like so. They had a border patrol killing from 2010, and using cell phone accounts and other little effects, they were able to put you right in the scene, which is kind of a neat thing. As well as the idea of showing the possibility of having well, this I believe it was like a movie scene where you were actually in and you could move around, like so your perspective could change and you could kind of be inside what was going on in the movie, look around at different things. So it definitely sounds like people are putting a lot more thought into this than I felt that like with, I remember when the Wii came out with the Wii controllers, it seemed like a novelty that I felt was just basically like a gimmicky thing, and I never really bought into it. And I worried that the whole virtual reality thing being that sort of thing, but it sounds like people are putting more of an effort into at least the creativity that goes into it. So I'm starting to get actually a little excited about this.
Yeah.
And they were looking at it with the kind of holodeck version one.
The
sort of
Kinect
thing,
sensors?
was using the Kinect sensors so it could tell where you were in the room, whereas some of the others were using like the Oculus Rift for just to give you the whole perspective of where you are.
Yeah.
So are you guys excited about the idea of virtual reality or not? What do you think of net neutrality or versus kind of that fast lane type of internet provision?
And do you think it's a good idea they're packing so many superheroes into Man of Steel 2? Do you think it is leading after Justice League? Do you want more characters in it? Which characters do you want in? Comment down below and tell us.
Yeah, how do you feel about the end credits scenes? Like, do you ever leave the theater and go like, oh shoot, I should have stayed? Like, so I imagine somebody does that, like, or gets dragged out by their friends, like, and you're like, no, and they tell you stop being a nerd. But there's nothing wrong with being a nerd!
There's also, we do this weekly show every week, so if you want to see the next one, just subscribe down below.
Yep.
Give it a thumbs up.
Or above, or wherever it is, I don't know. Don't even know where my
In
hand
10
is.
years, it'll be just somewhere that YouTube's screwed it up.
No, somewhere I think YouTube is going to have, like, us, we're going to be in virtual reality. So
Every time you hit subscribe, you smell cherries.
why cherries, right? Fried cherries.
I like cherries.
Why do you like cherries?
I like to smell cherries.
Well, why wouldn't you want to hit subscribe and eat cherries?
That's in 20 years.
Oh, 20 years? Okay, good. As long as we got a time frame. These are set in stone, of course, too, because we've seen...
Well, that's done. And you don't like it when we ramble.
Think of this when you think of the virtual reality world.